What do you look for in a gaming laptop? Is it super performance to play your waifu games in 4K? Aggressive shades and RGB lighting so that everyone within a 30-foot radius can tell you're a hardcore gamer? Or is it a sweet, sweet keyboard that does this? Ah yes, mechanical keyboards. Something that only hardcore hobbyists and gamers care about. And something that the GIGABYTE Aorus 15G proudly boasts. Yes, that's its main selling point. Other laptops talk about insane cooling capabilities, beastly performance, or even tricked out RGB lighting. But no, the Aorus 15G doesn't even need to talk about it because it already has all of that and a mechanical keyboard. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked here, so let's start from the beginning. The exterior. Clad in a nice warm tone metal, the lid is pleasantly minimal with just this little bird in the center. Is it a bird with a dislocated jaw, or is it an eagle trying to flex? Aorus says it's a falcon, but I don't think falcons flex. And I highly doubt that they open their jaws that wide unless it's actually an Aorus pelican instead. Moving on, let's take a look at the display. Nice slim bezels. I wouldn't expect anything less. If you still have chunky bezels in 2020, then you need to create a time machine right now and get your product designer out from the 90s where they're apparently still stuck in. But wait, where's the webcam? Isn't there a webcam? But how will I carry out all my conference calls and late night calls with clients? Oh wait, why is it down here? Well, if it works, then it works I guess. Anyway, here's something nicer to look at, the screen. This is a 240Hz display with 72% NTSC in case you're an art student who told your parents that you're buying this laptop for college work but actually spend most of your time doing other research instead. The frame rates are smoother than your butt cheeks and the display is brighter than your future, which is probably not saying much. It is decently bright indoors, but it's probably better off at home than outdoors, just the way our health minister likes it.
Kalau tiada urusan di luar, sila duduk di rumah.
Now, let's take a look at the star of this product. Yep, that's a mechanical keyboard, alright. These Armand switches are both clicky and tactile, but of course have a much shorter travel distance than a desktop keyboard. You could say they are like midget blue switches, I guess. Even so, it does make the laptop slightly thicker, but hey, we're all about body positivity here, alright? Ah, RGB lighting. Of course there's RGB lighting. How else could you call it a gaming laptop? But gaming is not all about RGB, you say. Let me ask you, have you seen an office laptop with gaudy rainbow lighting? Have you seen a Laopan giving presentation in the boardroom with bling bling flashing into all the coolies' eyes? Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, this keyboard has perky RGB lighting, but let's be real. You're just gonna stick with the rainbow wave or steady breathing options cause you are a basic bitch. On the bright side, you have a full numpad in case you suddenly want to do maths in the middle of your Dota game, and you also have full-size function and arrow keys as well. Down here is the super smooth touchpad and look, it has a fingerprint sensor on the top left. Now for the I/O. I can only say I/O cause the charging port is on the right hand side. Aside from the unfortunate charging port placement, the I/O selection is actually pretty decent. HDMI, mini display port, USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 port, headphone jack and LAN port. On the other side, 2 more USB-A ports, a Thunderbolt 3 USB-C port, a full-size SD card reader, and of course, this thing that shouldn't be here. Yeah, you know you don't belong here. Audio is pretty standard for a laptop, which means you're going to want to bring around a headset anyway, since the laptop does get pretty loud under heavy loads. And honestly, no one wants to listen to your shitty taste in music anyway. This is a gaming laptop, so of course you're going to want to know how it performs. Well, to put things simply, the Intel Core i7-10875H and RTX 2070 Supermax Hue does a great job on most games. On Borderlands 3, Far Cry New Dawn and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we got an average of around 85 to 97 FPS on ultra settings. Only Assassin's Creed Odyssey we only got 53 FPS on ultra high, but that's okay cause we know you're just gonna play stuff like CSGO and Dota and get like 300 FPS anyway. Does it get hot? You tell me lah. When you work out, does your body heat up? If you're gonna sweat and pant like the out of shape lump you are just by walking up one flight of stairs, of course this laptop is gonna heat up a little while slaving away trying to give you all the FPS it can because it loves you and wants to do its best for you. And even so, it still manages to keep the hottest parts well away from your palms and fingers because it cares about you. Because a gamer and their laptop are a team, partners who need to work together. That's why it's Aorus, not all me. On a side note, why on earth does our configuration only come with 480 gigs of storage space? You sell It's like seeing someone who looks super pretty or handsome, then talking to them and realizing they're short a few IQ points. Come
COVID-19 is a conspiracy. Don't listen to them.
But unlike your potential future spouse, at least this one can upgrade the brains lah, cause there are 2 M.2 SSD slots in total. Anyway, laptops are all about portability, right? And being portable means potentially being away from a power outlet for long periods of time, which means that you need a big battery if you want to survive away from home. This laptop manages to stay alive for over 7 hours while doing general tasks and light work, which is already much longer than I can survive in the daytime before needing to take a nap. So, it's time for the big question. Buy or no buy? Let me ask you 2 things. Number 1, do you want a mechanical keyboard on a laptop? Number 2, do you have 10,499 ringgit to spare? If you answered yes and yes, then I will also answer yes. The AORUS 15G is a solid piece of work. It's beautiful, performs well, and it's actually nice to type on, unlike most other laptops out there. If you answered yes, you like a mechanical keyboard, but no, you don't have 10,499 ringgit to spare, then you can take a look at the other differently priced and spec variants of the AORUS 15G in the link we've included in the description for your convenience. So, what do you think of a mechanical keyboard on a laptop? Is it an unnecessary gimmick, or is it something that all laptops should have from now on? Do let us know in the comments. This is Stephanie from Salty News Network signing off.